Which Motown band was Lionel Richie a member of?
The Grooves and the Thematics. I believe it was the Thematics, 1963.
Oh, they said the Commodores, but maybe you're both right. Which rock band sang Eye of the Tiger?
That was Elton John. That was the 1973 concert in the park. Elton John.
Apparently it was Survivor. What is the all-time biggest selling album with an estimated 110 million copies sold?
That would be the Bee Gees, Staying Alive. Stay.
Thriller, Michael Jackson. You know what? Just like when you were in the Air Force, I think I'll have you stay in the barracks while the rest of the audience plays along. Yeah. Which rock band released the best-selling album of 1987, Slippery When Wet?
Oh, that was Steely Dan.
Bon Jovi, my friend. In Lionel Richie's Hello music video, Hello, which does he fall in love with? Who does he fall in love with?
I believe it's Freddie Mercury.
And we're back. Hey, everybody, it's your host, Darren Carter, the party starter on the Pocket Party Podcast. And our good friend is back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Mr. Brian Holtzman.
Hello. Welcome to Monday. And I'm here with Darren Carter, the party starter. I think this is only the second time in podcasting or Zoom casting or presentation casting that this has ever been done.
Pocket Party.
While I'm on with Darren Carter, the party starter, I'm also filming it. So if you're as excited as I am, Darren Carter, the party starter, 1:30 p.m. Austin time, you are here. I'm here. We're here. Monday is here, and I am very excited to be here.
That's right. We are here. We're just here. We're making history. History in the making, part 2. We made history last time we did this a month ago, and we're back continuing to make history.
Yes, we are.
You look like a mad scientist. I like it. You've got now you're wearing all black.
What'd you call me? No. People aren't so happy on Monday. You know, they're kind of edgy on a Monday, you know.
Yeah, they get all edgy on a Monday. Like, it's Monday, you know. Do you drink coffee? Because I made a nice blend this morning of vanilla and Hawaiian blend for my coffee. And look, in honor of you, I've got my Texas coffee mug.
Well, hold on. Let me...
He's wearing his Dead Air shirt. That's the name of his podcast. Check it out sometime. Dead Air Podcast. Dead Air with Brian Holtzman. That's a great logo.
I like to set my timer. I don't like to I don't like to hold my more than 15 minutes at the most. So I'll set the timer, and then we'll know that it's time to leave this or shut my camera off. I don't know. It can't go on longer than 15 minutes. How'd you sleep last night, Darren? Tossing and turning? Tossing and turning?
I had my wife and son are out of town, so I had the Holtzman store. I had the AC going. I put the fan on. I had it was nice and cool in there. I felt it was nice and good, man, because when the lady's in town, I got to keep it a little bit warmer. Look at that nice dead air. And I got a question. Why do you do 15 minutes? Is it just a random time you came up with, or is there a mad scientific reason for it?
16 minutes is too long, and 14 minutes is too short. Yeah.
Hey, that's what she said. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Do you do this timer in normal conversations in everyday life?
It helps. It keeps people short, keeps their feet to the coals. How you been?
I'm good, man. I was back up at our old stomping ground up in the San Francisco Bay Area. I flew into Oakland, California, and I performed at the Alameda Comedy Club, brand new comedy club. And it was incredible. And during the day 2 days ago, I took a tour during, because a lot of times as a comic, you don't know what to do during the day. I went and I took a tour of the USS Hornet. I got to see this aircraft carrier, and I I vlogged it. I filmed it. I'll be editing it, putting it up this week. But man, just to be on that aircraft carrier was incredible. Like to go down into the bowels of the ship, and my hat goes off to people like yourself who served. Thank you.
That's very much right. You had a good home at your left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Have you been on an aircraft carrier? I would imagine you probably have.
I was on, I think, what's the one down in San Pedro in California? What is that, Missouri? Is that the Missouri?
It's I think there's it's
a battleship. I don't think I've been on an aircraft carrier, but I think I've been a tourist on a battleship.
Yeah, I know there's the Queen Mary down there, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the Nimitz or something. The Nimitz.
I've been on a kayak. I had a kayak.
Yeah. They showed that bar, the bar that the hook that the airplane lands on, and it stops them. I guess they only use it 100 times, and they realize like, okay, something it could give way. So then they throw it overboard, or they get rid of it after 100 trips. I learned that. It was educational.
Oh, the wire. Mm-hmm. I see. They don't want to take a chance. They don't want to take a chance with that wire.
When I was on the just the ship deck, there was 30-mile-an-hour winds, 30 knots. It was like incredible. Like he said that helps stop the planes when they land. The wind helps stop it. It also helps them boost. Like if they want to fly and get off, that wind like just blows them up there and gets them up in the sky. And I was watching a video with an airline pilot or a fighter pilot. He was saying that they didn't used to wear helmets, and so what would happen is they would crash in the water and then get knocked unconscious and drown. So then they were trained to, when they land, to cover themselves with their arm like this to block. That way they have and then they realized, hey, we should probably wear helmets. So they started wearing helmets.
Fascinating. Wow.
Fascinating. But yeah, the club was good. The tour was good.
I didn't expect this to be a military recruiting video or a military, geez.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, right? Hey, when you were marching, did you have any do you remember any of your march songs when you guys would be marching?
They didn't let me march in basic training. They kept me back in the barracks because I couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep in step. So you have to, when the other gentleman in front of you, your foot goes, you go with it. So you can't hit your feet against the other gentleman's feet. So they kept me in the barracks. They didn't want me competing with them. And then they got back to the barracks and they had lost. They had done horribly in the competition. And I was loving it. I said, they were a bunch of losers in my flight anyway, whether I was there or not. It was great. That's keeping me out. And that was fine with me. I didn't want to march. Did you ever have to march and keep in step?
Yeah, it's hard. It's not as easy as it looks.
When did you do that?
In high school.
High school? What were you, in the ROTC?
No, just normal PE.
Who marches in high school?
I was on the debate team. I don't know.
A debate team? What kind of high school was it?
It was a performing arts high school, Roosevelt Performing Arts.
Oh wow!
Fame, but it was like Fame, but it was in Fresno, so none of us got famous. Yeah. I take that back. Audra McDonald went to my high school. She went on to win a couple of Tony Awards, and I went on to do a podcast. That's right, the Pocket Party podcast. I got to tell you, I'm so proud of you for vlogging, for using your camera, for getting yourself out there. Like you're a true American treasure. And I remember, I want to say, was it 2 years ago that has it been 2 years or maybe a year and a half that we were at Cantor's Deli and you were, I showed you a couple things on the phone and you know what I mean? Do you remember? You've come so far since then.
I'm Jeff Ross.
Yeah. That was the video. Whenever that video, did you have a flip phone back then, or did you have an iPhone?
I think I might have had an iPhone of some kind, a hand-me-down iPhone from my sister Terry or Teresa or whatever she's calling her name.
Yeah, it was something that you didn't quite know how to work, and then I just remember, I showed you a couple things, and then anyways, my story is, I've been watching your vlogs, video logs. I call them vlogs for those new to the word. But and I go, man, I love your phone. I go, are you using? Or I go, I love your videos. Are you using like a GoPro or? And you're like, no. And you said you got the new iPhone 12 Max and you have a tripod and you're doing it, man. It's great. Thank
you. Yeah, I'm trying to keep busy. I'm trying to keep active. I'm trying to keep relevant. I'm trying to keep light. I'm trying to keep walking, trying to keep my clothes clean and making my bed, doing all those things, shopping in the fruits and vegetable aisle, stay out of the center of the store and try to put my shopping cart away and try to, zip my pants when I'm done in the bathroom and, just try to be in all
20 seconds. Yeah.
Recycle.
I saw a video the other day, and you literally just filmed a train. You look like you're in an Uber, and you filmed a train for 2 minutes, and it was fascinating. It was something so simple that the idea that you were like, I'm going to film this, and you and the Uber driver were talking about the 100 cars or whatever it took.
Yeah, that was San Antonio, Texas. And it was a wonderful train. It was a big train. It was a strong train. It was a heavy train. It was a train that I'll never forget.
What made you want to go to San Antonio, Texas? Right now you're based in Austin, Texas at the moment.
There was a function I had to attend on the 24th of April, and that's why I was there.
Nice. Is it a secret function, or do your fans? Are they?
No, it's just an everyday function, just a function. If you're writing a book, Darren, let me know, and I can help you with the crib notes.
Yeah, and what? So, are you going to do a video today, or do you map out your different vlogs? I'll do this on Thursday. I'll do this on Friday, or does it just kind of come to you?
Nope. Every day has to be different. Yesterday, I interviewed the hacker. I live with a hacker here in this is my laminator. I got this laminator. Can you see the laminator?
Oh, that's right. You got the laminator, and you were excited to get it, and you hadn't used it yet. I
used it last night. I used it last night for the first time, and I was very excited.
What did you laminate?
I laminated all the names of all the people that donated to my GoFund page, and
let's do a brief history on that. You have a truck. I think there was that big Austin storm when the snowstorm hit and all the power went out, and you somehow got into a vehicle accident.
Yeah, I hit a wall, and now I'm having trouble getting the parts needed to repair the vehicle. So, and this is the second body shop it's been in, so it's not looking too good.
Yeah, I've been following this saga online. It's incredible. Brian, I want to look what I got. Somebody gave this to me. They sent this in. Look at this. 80s music trivia. I want to ask you a few questions. Let's see what you got. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Dire Straits sang a song about getting what for nothing? Dire Straits sang a song about getting what for nothing? Was it monkeys? Was it money? Was it melons?
Monkeys.
You haven't got one right. Who's saying girls just want to have fun? By the way, does your truck have a radio? Okay. Who's saying girls just...
I feel you're coming at me. I feel you're coming at me.
I was going to say, this guy's got a comedic mind. Do not mess with Brian Holtzman. This guy can fire back there, and let it go. That was one you got on it. Don't do it again. Who's saying? He's very. You're getting to know. This is the calm Brian Holtzman. It could go another way quickly. Who's saying girls just want to have fun and time after time?
That was. I think that was Marvin Gaye.
Close. Cyndi Lauper. Which British girl group covered the song Venus in 1986? Venus, Oh, Venus.
Excuse me.
Panorama. Okay, last one.
I don't want to play. I don't want to play anymore.
Okay, you know what? You're the second person I've tried this with, and nobody wants to play. Like yeah, you're right. Manic Monday, Eternal Flame were hits for which 1980s girl group? The Bangles. He doesn't want to play. Okay, we're done. I don't want to play either. I got a question for you. Do you have some items of interest? Can we jump into some items of interest?
Yes, nothing happened. Nothing happened today, so I'm going to give you the items of interest from yesterday, if that's okay.
Really, nothing happened from this date? Wow, interesting.
Nothing that I was overly interested in reporting. In 2000, we all got GPS. Before that, you needed a Thomas guide or a map. Now you have GPS.
That's incredible, man. It's sometimes I remember one of my first GPS. Did you ever do any GPS jokes?
1972, Dwayne Johnson was born. 1972, The Rock.
The Rock. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Okay, let me just tell you real quick. I had a GPS joke. Whenever I think I came up with it when I went to Oxnard, California, up near Ventura. I go, hey, I typed in Oxnard, and my GPS. I go, I'd like to go to Oxnard, and my GPS was like, why? Yeah. So that joke only works if you get booked in a crappy town. It doesn't work if you I typed in Los Angeles. What you got to pick like a town that people are like. Calculating. Yeah. Could you ever read one of those maps, those Thomas guides? I couldn't read it. They were difficult to read, confusing.
I'm having trouble reading this Zoom call right now. That's what I'm having trouble with. I mean, you're coming at me, you're asking me questions. 15
minutes. Dude, has it been 15 minutes? Wow.
Yeah, it's been 15 minutes. I'm going to sign off on this one right here. I'm going to have to let this go.
This is the one that's going to go viral.
Now, let me tell you something. All right? I've never had this kind of reaction on a Zoom call before, asking me about music and all this other nonsense. I don't know if you're setting me up for failure, but you're doing a good job, and I don't appreciate it. Yeah. I've been out of the bed about 5 minutes. I'm nice enough to come on the Zoom call and to do the podcast with you, and all you got to do is keep coming at me, making me look bad, making me look stupid. I'm up the hill with it, Darren. I'm up the hill with it. I mean, I was looking forward to this. I had it all written down. Darren Carter, 1:30 podcast. You got a lot of nerve.
Let me get an easy question.
A lot friendlier.
Let me get an easy question. When you do the hokey pokey. What's up, guys? How you like the show so far? Pretty good, right? Kind of weird that I'm out here in the country with the chair next to me. But anyways, if you like this show and you want to help out, go to Cameo. I do birthday shout-outs, anniversary shout-outs. Or if you just want to do a donation, go to DarrenCarter.com, PayPal, or Venmo at Darren Carter Comic. Now let's get back to the show. I know this is bad. I asked trivia questions you didn't know the answers to. I chose this date to record the podcast. Nothing interesting happened on this date in history. You had to go back in time. Gosh. More dead air, please. Items of interest.
In 1946, it was the Battle of Alcatraz. 6 prisoners decided to take some prison guards hostage. It was a bloodbath. It lasted 3 days, and two officers were killed. 14 were injured. It was terrible. It was a botched escape attempt. One of the officers brought the key onto the yard, which is against regulations. He was captured by some prisoners. They got him, and they got the keys. They couldn't find the right keys to get out, and the whole thing was botched from the beginning. They decided to take hostages. They decided not to give up, and that led to a several-day siege where people were killed. In the end, 2 prison guards were killed. This is 1946. 14 were injured. 2 years later, 2 were executed for their role in it. But one of the guards was very good. He was wounded, but he was able to write down the names of all the prisoners that were involved in this hostage situation, this escape attempt. And that was a big deal. Everybody knows Alcatraz is a famous place. That's where the worst of the worst, you know, if you were a criminal, Darren Carter, you would probably be in Alcatraz. Because the way you're coming at me now.
When I did that tour on Alameda Island, it reminded me a little bit of like Alcatraz. You just see how choppy the water was, how windy. I'm like, there's no way I would want to swim to San Francisco.
The currents are horrible. The temperature is very, very frigid. You get hypothermia in no time. The currents, it's impossible. Those currents in that San Francisco Bay, if it doesn't kill you outright, it'll sweep you out under the bridge and into the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, I can't believe they actually used it as a prison. I mean, you would think that they would have used that island for something, you know, better, like maybe like where the, you know, have some houses out there or mansions, but they got the idea, let's put this prison on this island.
Right.
Yeah, it's incredible. That's not a place you'd want to be a prisoner on. There's like just no chance.
No chance at all.
No chance at all. If you guys are watching, look at, there's a picture of the island. Man, that's just it.
Wow. Well, thank you. Thank you for having me today on the podcast, Darren.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Do you have a few more items of interest you'd like to share with us?
Yesterday in 2011, Osama bin Laden was taken out by U.S. forces in Pakistan. So everybody's excited about that. He's believed to be responsible for the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Center in 2001. In 1939, Lou Gehrig's consecutive games played streak ended. It ended with 2,130 consecutive games played. His record was broken by Cal Ripken Jr. And isn't it ironic that a man who could play 2,130 consecutive games would later become the beneficiary of a horrible disease called Lou Gehrig's disease? So life is just full of curveballs, just like the curveball that I am being thrown right now with this Darren Carter, the Party Starter podcast. I was in a good mood before I came on this podcast, but I just feel like you're coming at me.
I'm not coming at you. I'm not coming at you. We're doing good. We're doing good.
So what should I do about my truck? They're not going to fix it. They can't find.
You know what? I shouldn't have brought the truck up, man. I brought the truck up. I asked you. That's where it came from. I go, hey, what have you laminated? And then you went straight to the. You know, it's got to be horrible, man. Like they held your truck hostage for a long time.
No, it's not horrible. It's just life. You know, I'm not going to. You know, what can I do?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, I talked to you earlier. The first time that we talked on the podcast, it was before that big storm. I think it was back in February, and the plan was, you're like, I think I'm gonna stay in Austin till May, and then I'll head back to California. But it seems like maybe the plan might have changed. It seems like even if the truck was working, you seem to be having a pretty good time out there.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
No. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah.
No, I want to know the truth because what you just said. I mean, did you have to talk to me? Are you talking to me?
Yes.
What was the question?
When I initially talked to you in February,
What'd you have in that coffee, Darren? What'd you have in that coffee?
Yeah, I know, right? The plan was to stay till May, and now you're like, I kind of like Austin, Texas.
Right.
I like going to Austin, Texas. You like going to meetings down in San Antonio. You like filming trains. I think you're going to stay in Austin longer than you're going to stay there longer than May. You planning on staying there longer?
I may stay longer.
Nice. Even if the truck, Even if the truck, I mean, you must.
You're lucky.
Right in. Yeah.
You're lucky I'm not in California right now because I'd be
right, buddy. You're like, hey, Darren, you want to meet me? Let's do a podcast. Yeah. Dude, the next time I see you, we got to go to a diner again, like the old days. We go to a diner. I'm gonna know. Here's guys. If you ever go to a diner with Holtzman, don't ask too many questions. Don't ask what kind of salad dressings do you have, because he's gonna interrupt and be like, they got the basic salad dressings. You already know what kind you like. And I'm like, once you said that, I'm like, you know what? He's right. I'd like a salad with Thousand Island, please. And also, I'd like a cheeseburger. Could you please cut it in half? Yeah.
How about the person who has dietary issues or lactose intolerant, and they go back and forth with the waiter? What can I eat? What can I not eat? Can you do that? Can you make this? Oh my God! You just get, just order. How about people who need a menu for breakfast? Let me, how many times have you had breakfast? Don't you know what you want? Don't you know what the combinations of breakfast are? Do you really need a menu to look what's on the have for breakfast? Just tell them what you like. They will say okay and write it down.
Oh, I got a game for you. This will be easy. Let's say I'll name different restaurants, and you just tell me pretty much what you think you would order. We walk into a diner, and it's breakfast. What do you get for breakfast, Brian?
A Western omelet, well done, with pancakes on the side, bacon, no sausage, and English muffin, toasted, not warm, toasted. A lot of times they'll put that in the toaster and then bring it to you, and it's not even toasted. Golden brown, not warm. I said toasted. Golden brown.
That's right. We go to a diner and it's lunchtime. What are you getting for lunch?
Oh, I'd probably go for the pork chop dinner, applesauce. Maybe sometimes I'll have the turkey dinner, the Thanksgiving turkey dinner with all the trimmings.
Yeah. Wow.
Matzo ball soup. You just don't have to have turkey dinner once a year on Thanksgiving. You can have it every day if you want.
That's right. Okay, we go into a Mexican restaurant. What do you order?
Fajitas, burritos,
Steak.
Combination, all the animals, pigs, cows, chickens, throw them all in there.
Let's say we go to a Mexican restaurant, but we got to get it to go. What do you order?
Enchiladas.
Ooh, I like that. See, I usually go chicken burrito and quesadilla, but I like that. I should explore a little. How about we go to a Chinese restaurant? What do you order?
Hong Kong style, chow mein. What do I like? I like cow pow chicken. Sometimes I get tofu, chop suey. Anything with chop suey. You got to get egg rolls. You got to get the hot mustard.
Yeah, I love the hot mustard. It hits a little different. It kind of goes up. It goes up into your sinuses.
You got to get the wonton soup. You got to get the fish, kung pao fish. You got to get. I love Chinese food.
How about Thai food? I always go to this place in Burbank called the Thai Room. I love it. It's on Hollywood Way, the Thai Room. Do you have a certain dish that you order from Thai restaurants?
Pad Thai.
Yeah, Pad Thai. Yep, Pad Thai. How about we walk into What would be another type of
Walked on to the yacht like you walked on to the party like you were walking onto a yacht.
I know that song. That's it's what's her name?
You're so
Carly Simon. Yep.
Probably think the song is about
you. You're so vain.
You probably think the song is about
you. Don't you? You had me several years ago when I was still young and quite naive. Well, I don't really know that part of the song. Yeah. You're so vain. Well, I heard you went up to Saratoga and your horse naturally won. Then you flew your Learjet up to Nova Scotia. You see the total eclipse of the sun. This doesn't even sound like that song. Yeah, they would, you know what? The rest of the chorus would be out performing for the contest and they'd leave me back in the barracks. I'd be like, you guys go ahead. I'll be singing over here. Well, can I be honest? I don't think I've ever marched. I was doing that thing in improv where they go, yes, and you're like, have you ever marched? And I was like, yes. And then you're like, when? And I was like, high school. And you're like, when did you march in high school? And I was just trying to do the yes, and.
Right.
I don't know if I may have marched, but not like you did. You're a real marcher. You really did it. But, Holtzman, I'm getting hungry. All this food talk, man. Man. You order a pizza. What kind of pizza do you get?
Pineapple, tomato, and Canadian bacon.
Me too. That's so good. You know, a lot of guys from New York, they say, you don't put pineapple on a, but I'm sorry, it's delicious. Pineapple on pizza is delicious. Yeah. It's, would you like some coffee, my friend? Would you like some, This is one of those episodes. I'm going to clickbait. We talk about pineapple on pizza. Holtzman's got strong viewpoints. He'll eat it. But
well, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. No, I'm ending the interview. My alarm went off. How you like that? My alarm went off. My 15-minute alarm went off. Yeah. Holtzman, it was great to have you on the show. It's always a treat to have you on, and even when you're yawning and you're I'll probably edit that part out. But thank you, sincerely. Thank you so much for doing the Holtzman. For hold on, take two. Brian, thank you so much for being on the Pocket Party podcast. It's a real treat to have you.
It was a real treat to be asked to be on it. You'll be receiving some paperwork from my attorney.
I got more questions for you. All right, my man. Thank you so much. Say hi to the hacker. Say hi to everybody, and we'll see you next time. Thank you again.
Thank you, buddy. Bye-bye.
You got it, buddy. Bye-bye.
We're done with this interview.
Everybody listen to Darren Carter. We all know he's the party starter. So if you want to listen to a podcast for free, then listen to the Pocket Party.